Finally. We are ready. And we must away before it's too late. We still have another 6 or 7 hours of daylight today. Come aboard.
Did I tell you how much I hate water?
No.
Well, remind me to tell you sometime. Oh, God, my guts have been cleaned out and I still feel sick. Captain?
Hi. What is it?
How long will it take us to get to Alais?
We should reach the island by tomorrow night. Unless we get bad weather.
Any chance of bad weather?
Well, as any experienced sailor will tell you, the weather is a freakish thing, and you never know quite what to expect. But no chance of a storm at all, or my nose would be itching.
What does your nose have to do with the weather?
Well, that's a story, be sure of that.
And?
That's all. It's just a story, and you'd better be sure of that.
Do you know any sea shanties?
I'll be thanked I do not know a single one.
Not even a ho-ho-ho on a dead man's casket or something like that?
If I went ho-ho-ho on a dead man's casket, girl, the crew would tie me up in the hold. With good reason, too.
I'd like to hear that itchy nose story.
Why?
Because I'm sure it's a real tall tale of the sea, filled with bravura adventures and victories snatched from the rabid jaws of certain death.
I had a bad accident with my nose hair scissors, and ever since that day, when the weather's acting up, my nose itches.
You gotta be careful when you trim those nose hairs.
Aye. I've come to that realization on my own.
Thanks, Captain.
It's actually Captain. Please try to remember, and while you're at it, cut back on the scurvy sea dog shtick, would you?
Just trying to fit in, sir.
You have as much chance of fitting in here as I do growing a second head, marrying myself, and moving to Khorasan to start a pottery business. Oh, and before you leave, mind you only take 2 apples a day from the apple barrel. We're running a little short, and aside from fish, Jal forbid, we have no other food on board.
It's a glass orb with a strange magical glow. It could be some kind of compass, I guess. Hello, Ton.
Are you enjoying the ride, April?
I feel sick.
Everyone feels sick when they first take to the sea. It is natural.
Really? So when does it pass?
You will get used to it in a month or 2, 3 at the most.
Oh, God. I'm not sure I want to get used to it. I have a question about your compass.
Of course.
What kind of compass are you using?
It is just a normal spirit compass. When we are not navigating by the stars or by the sun, we use this.
What's a spirit compass?
I forget that you are not familiar with the sea. A spirit compass points always to the magical North Pole, and thus we may navigate according to it. It is very precise, and less affected by a strong magical source.
Thanks, that's all I needed to know.
I hope this knowledge made you richer.
Keep her steady, Tun.
I will, April.
Watch! My nose is itching. Are you sleeping on duty again?
Storm front! West! Heading our way! Looks like a right old bugger too,
Aye, by the mercy of Jol, it's a chaos storm. Where in damnation did it come from this quickly? And what's pulling it here? Navigator, change our course. We must away from the storm front and to safe harbor.
Uh-oh, I just felt a cold shiver running down my spine. It's the apple barrel. It's half empty, and aside from whatever fish we're able to catch, those apples are the only food we got on board. Ugh, gross! People do not toss the apples back into the barrel after eating. Here's a nice plump one. It's a sturdy wooden chest. It's empty. It's a flour sack. Oh, God, it's awful. It tastes like mouthwash. Yes, got me a worm. And this is good because... Get to it, little guy. Eat your heart out. Captain?
What is it now?
Captain, the worms have invaded the apple barrel.
Cursed be the balance. First the storm, now this. Is there no end to the horrors? Let me see. Jol's infected arsehole, you be right. Those are worms, all right. Vicious, snarling wheat worms driven mad by their hunger for a change of diet.
As far as I could tell, that was the only apple infected. But I could be wrong.
Good of you to catch it, girl, before it spread any further. I'll have to go pluck the apples immediately. They must be saved.
What's going on, Tun?
A storm approaches, April, and it is no ordinary storm.
What do you mean by no ordinary storm?
Look to the clouds. Do they appear normal to you?
They look strange, it's true.
It is a chaos storm. A strong storm caught in a magical vortex, drawn to strong magic like bees to honey. I have never seen one with my own eyes, but I have heard stories.
What have you heard about chaos storms?
That they appear only rarely, and that they signify great and terrible events in the near future. It is also said that they are weapons used by the Dark Lords of Chaos to hunt and destroy those strong in the balance.
Can we escape a chaos storm?
If we run fast enough and reach safe harbor, perhaps. I have not heard of a chaos storm to last more than a single night, and this one is still quite a distance away. But it gains fast. I do not know, April.
Will you still be able to get me to Alais tomorrow?
I am afraid not. The captain has ordered our course changed south to get us away from the rocky waters around the islands. We are about 3 days away from Guyenne, but if the weather improves before then, perhaps he will be willing to turn about. But I would not count on it, April. He cares much for his ship and for his crew, and he would not risk it for anything or anyone.
You still need my magic to get wind in your sails.
The wind seems to be picking up on its own. Thus Nebuvet has no need for your magic, April. I am sorry, but once we reach Guyenne, I am certain you will find passage to the islands.
I don't have 3 days, Tun. The balance is failing.
I am sorry. It is out of my hands.
Do you want me to relieve you at the wheel for a while?
I am not sure if this is such a good idea, April.
What's the big deal? I just hold it straight, right?
Well, I could do with a short break to stretch my legs. Fine, but I will be back soon. And if anything happens, just call out for help.
Of course, thanks.